first film was shit, but everyone's a liar because they all loved it when it first came out, so why not do another one the following year to commemorate Channel Awesome's 3-year anniversary?
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Suburban Nights once again follows the nostalgia critic, tricking all of the Channel Awesome producers to come together one more time on a fake promise of a free car, which, I can't lie, does give some pretty funny reactions.
Alright, where's that free? No!
I love how Film Brain just happily waves while Joe has his meltdown. In reality, he's discovered the supposed true story of a magic gauntlet created by a sorcerer named Malachite, played by Orlando Belial. But the critic doesn't believe in magic, but he wants everyone to go on a wild goose chase anyway to find the gauntlet and become filthy rich. What's the catch? But in order to understand the riddles and the treasure map to its location, the entire gang have to dress up as fantasy or fairy tale characters. There it is.
That doesn't make much sense.
As weird as this setup was, it wasn't the original plan. Initially, it was going to be called Ninjas vs. Pirates. Yeah, that would have been silly.
Dude, did I say something wrong or?
And it would have featured the Channel Awesome producers' evil alter egos like Spoonie's Dr. Insano, Linkara's Mechacar, and Dark Nella. Who the hell is... Oh, forget it, we don't have time.
Just don't.
Going on a quest to steal a magic medallion for secret powers until the Channel Awesome crew set out to stop them, as Doug Walker would be playing the lead pirate Black Dog Bill, parodying Captain Jack Sparrow. This would have all led to the resurrection of a supernatural being known as Bloodbeard Joe, played by the nerd himself, James Rolfe, but he was far too busy with his own schedule, so this was all scrapped and James was reduced to playing the inspiration for Dave, an ancient deity voice.
We'll make it pay.
Once the plot changed, the title became Dungeons and Critics. We're getting there, I suppose.
Kind of ironic.
Furthermore, Lord Cat was originally supposed to reprise his role, but not long before shooting, he had left that guy with the glasses to focus on his own website, and was replaced by Todd in the Shadows, but apparently none of the character traits or dialogue were even changed, except for a few bits improvised here or there, though Lord Cat's original character was going to be an elf.
He's an angry elf.
Handsome Tom also felt uncomfortable in Kikassia, so did the audience, with so many speaking lines. Don't you make videos? So he was reduced to simply repeating the same line over and over again in this one.
I'm Willow.
Why not? Just not appear in it.
Of course!
And Paul also wanted to play either King Graham from King's Quest, Quest for the Crown, or Jareth from Labyrinth since he reviewed music. But unfortunately, Juario already had the costume, so he landed the part, while Paul played What's-His-Face from Dungeons and Dragons. Good thing Juario playing a ladies' man with women all over him playing with his balls and flushing the world won't age magnificently. However, production was a massive disaster. I know none of you have ever heard anything about this because the cast kept very quiet about it, but yeah. It was quite bad. The majority of the movie was shot outside during April in Chicago, so as you can imagine, the weather very often didn't cooperate, which slowed things down further. Mars Girl was supposed to have a confrontation with Malachite towards the end, but this had to be dropped due to them running out of daylight. The weather became so bad that Doug Walker nearly cancelled the entire project altogether.
I'd rather not have them work on Easter.
It's
so wrong.
I don't want them to work on Easter either.
Well, then we have to make a decision because either they're working on Easter or it doesn't get done.
Obvious.
As a lot of you heard before, I was even thinking of a point where I was like, do I even want to continue this? Because I feel like I was really putting you guys through a lot. And I was saying they deserve better than this. I don't want to go through this.
Until it was the cast who actually talked him into following through with the project.
I knew what y'all were coming with, and we've already talked about it. All of us are on board. We all took an independent
the paper
vote.
is a waste of time.
Yeah.
I was freezing my ass off.
You guys are aware that we could have rain in these
Team B is
filming
the
rain.
I can't promise we won't be cranky, but we will do it.
No, I can promise we won't be cranky. And also, Sunday and Monday, we don't care about. Like Easter does not. We're here. We're giving up everything in order to finish the production. And then what we'll do is we'll work all the way till it's completed. Yeah, it may not be the best, the lighting may be this and that, but that's all stuff that you can figure out in editing. And I know you know how to edit, and you can create things, create magic in editing, and find different ways to make things work. So if we just all work to get to a single goal, finishing it, we don't need any crossover days. Sunday, Monday, we'll work Easter, we'll work whatever. We talked about it.
We can extend on Monday as well.
Yeah, because Doug, we want to help. Like, we really want to see the project to completion, and we want you to use us to the best of our ability.
so
I don't think I can
we are
say
at your
no.
disposal.
If I'm complaining, I'm just saying, like, I'm definitely happy to be there. I hope, like, this doesn't inspire, like...
That's cool.
I apologize for yesterday when I like said I'm hot and tired of my feet, or I am very sorry about that.
We might be miserable on the set, but the day after we'll look back on it and say, that was fucking awesome.
And if we are the best of the best, you, sir, are the best of the best of the best. You are that guy with the glasses. It is your website that we are on. Without you, I would not be here. I would have never been inspired to make comic book videos. I am proud to work for you, sir.
And just generally being treated as completely inadequate and not well respected at all.
I mean, I was concerned looking at people, you know, because of the cold and stuff. I was concerned. Hearing that gives me so much motivation, guys. All of you, I mean, Lindsay and everybody just offering everything that you can, and you know, the advice about using 2 cameras, and both of you, that was a great idea. And just everybody who had a good idea and was just totally on board and really determined.
We can put you in the car with the heater on. We can work something out.
They really had a difficult time. None of them enjoyed the production.
Just look at the professionals. Look at them hard at work.
Well done, Lou.
I'm gonna do that again.
Come back.
Sorry, hold on.
Stop laughing. Ruining the take.
They subjected these poor people to horrible ordeals. But they were also very, very strict when it came to the filming schedule.
Friday, that's going to be Team 2. So that means that on Thursday, everybody in Team 2, you get that day off. You don't have to worry about it. Sunday, it's totally free. Monday is totally free. Those are totally reserved for whatever. Promos, crossovers, all that stuff. And keep in mind, all of you get a day off in between as well.
Let us pray for those affected by this horrible ordeal.
Oh, will you piss off already?
The weather issues caused so many problems that the sequel, yes they made another, was primarily set indoors. Chad Rocco, CR from Familiar Faces, he would star in the next one, was also offered to be in this film but turned them down as he was going through some personal stuff at the time. However, once he changed his mind, it was far too late as filming had already begun. Though he did do the drawings for the opening credits, which I'll totally rip off on my own movie too. In fact, I hate to admit it, but a great deal of this film did inspire a lot of my own work. So you all have Doug Walker to thank for my horrendous movie. I mean, instantly you can already see the increased video quality, so there's a plus. Orlando nails this performance as Malachi. He hates technology, despite having his own phone.
That's technology!
No, it isn't. But he's so badass as he preaches about the 21st century, though sometimes it does drag on for quite a bit. I will say that it's a huge improvement on Kikassia. Granted, a kick in the gonads is a huge improvement on Kikassia, but my point is, the movie is completely self-aware of what it is, and I think people just take it far too seriously. When people get tricked by a fake note that is literally signed by no namia, you've got plot devices like this, you have deliberately forced ways just to progress the plot delivered completely straight.
Oh right, like I'm just supposed to pick up a stone, stand here, and say, give me light?
Shit! You guys are here for the quest thing, right?
You may also believe that the facts have been exaggerated.
Yeah. It's over there.
Well, is there anything else you wouldn't want to be too obvious?
Absolutely. This sheet of paper that says exactly where the gauntlet is located.
Can we see it?
Sure, have a look-see.
It's hilarious. They know it's silly and they just have fun with it. It's fully aware that it's just a dumb YouTube movie. The production has improved, but the audio on the interior shots is just weird and doesn't quite sound right.
Hello, fellow reviewers of ThatGuyWithTheGlasses.com.
They filmed these on a record player. Hey, remember VHS tapes? As for the producers themselves, Film Brain is still hilarious.
So what kind of half-ass game do you think he has this time?
I don't know, but I'm so excited!
Is there like some sort of medicine you should be on?
As far as I'm concerned, you both look equally stupid.
But I look more stupid, right?
Oh yeah.
Look into my eyes.
I can't see your eyes, they're covered up.
Oh, well, pretend you can see my eyes.
Okay.
Look into them. Look, a butterfly.
Where?
But again, even if the writing is a bit shit, if you're funny enough, you can get yourself out there. The same with Angry Joe, who's having an absolute blast. As is Brad Jones as the cinema snob.
Prepare to meet Kali in hell.
There's a hilarious scene when Mars goes hanging onto the top of a slide and is delivered so straight that Brad is holding onto her for dear life. It's brilliant.
Yeah, this is kind of silly.
Before they decide to spell out the entire joke.
That's a belt. I know. They wouldn't let me carry a weapon on a plane, so it's a whip now.
Except you didn't travel with a belt. You didn't go to get the free card knowing that you had to dress up. You went to Doug's house. You'd already done the travelling, and then he said, oh, you need a costume. You had like a day to get a costume. Were you going to travel with a whip anyway? Brad. But the other producers are painful. Spoonie was great in the last one, but here I feel like he just doesn't have a lot to work with. Maybe he was having an off day, I don't know. It's like he's improvising, but it's painful to sit through.
You guys are probably from what, that World of Darkness game? Do the rock, paper, scissors thing? Okay, seriously, lame, amateur, that's basic level D&D, guys. We're doing the bird seed thing today, okay? I hit you with the packet, I say 2 magic, I hit you with the packet, I say 2 magic, lay down on the ground and twitch, and just pretend like you're a hamster, right? Unless you guys are one of you guys a support class, like warlord or cleric. It doesn't matter. Anyway, I hit you, 2 magic, so now you go down and...
The slow decline. Doug does it later too when he's venting about the Zelda games. The comedy works best when it's just natural, but here they're just trying far too hard and it doesn't work. Although he plays another character later which is pretty funny, so it's hit and miss. Which by the way is completely pointless. Basically there's a fork in the road, they don't know which way to go because Spoonie, Gandalf Spoonie lost the map, so that's why they pick up the stone and ask Supernatural Spoonie. But he loses the map just for Malachite to come back and randomly give it to them anyway and then disappear again. So him losing the map was completely pointless. Just could have cut all of it out and nothing would be lost. They keep throwing it, but the joke doesn't even work because they're not saying give me light every time. It just doesn't make sense. There's also a subplot of Film Brain being kidnapped, but again, it goes nowhere. He gets kidnapped by the cloaks, they turn him evil, but then he gets annoying, so then they ditch him, and then the good guys find him and then turn him good again. Nothing changes! What was the point in any of that? Again, tune in this Saturday for the cinematic Venom cut with all the pointless scenes removed. Just have the plot. Also, Mars Girl still can't act.
What are you talking about?
Like right here, what is Mars Girl doing? Is she zoning out? Like, is she okay? Is she having a stroke? What's going on? Look, during a big battle scene and all she's doing is fucking smiling! Ben's eye still isn't funny.
Oh boy, a movie!
I have never cried to you before. I have no tone for it. All I ask is that I see Berni again.
Although I will admit, during Ben's eye's unfunny little monologue here, it is pretty funny to see Phalis in the background fighting a sword with his bare hand. And also still can't act.
Hey, that's the guy from the TV! But critic, what if Malachite finds it?
And Phalis actually deserves an award for this movie. For giving the single most unfunny performance I have ever seen in my fucking life.
It's the Rock Rider. They've come to help stop the Nothing. Say hello. Why would we want to do that?
At least my little friends are having a good time.
They're more alive than you. My friends agree. We're gonna rest now. What's that, my little friends? You want me to kill Bennett? My friends! They look like big, good, strong hands, don't they? Big, strong hands! Big, strong hands! Shut up!
Ladies and gentlemen, we have truly seen the death of comedy right here. Let us pray for its return. Ah, very good. We do get introduced to the son of legendary Colin Mockery, Luke, who is now Kinley, which is insane! How is Colin Mockery's kid in Channel awesome? They compete with Film Brain for Doug's affection, which does get some decent comedy.
Wow, that's a lot of peas.
Yeah.
And I'm just full of them.
Right.
I am totally full of penis.
You got it.
So, what are you gonna do?
I will eat your penis!
It's such a forced joke, but I don't care. The movie does have a lot of funny lines.
Well, already the credits are terrible.
Don't review it.
Police are revealing a strange portrait of the man that witnesses described as emotionally troubled.
He was emotionally troubled.
It's not as good as the last one.
The other one had sandcastles.
Hello, my name is Inigo Montoya. You killed my hamster.
Father.
That's not even a person!
But then there's a dozen unfunny ones.
But this is all written in rhymes and riddles. How are we supposed to figure it all out?
How the hell did you get that?
Just getting a head start?
I don't even get what the joke is there. What's funny? And also get ready for some more dated humour.
Hey! If you don't go, you're all fired!
Bargo is back as Marty, but this is such an obvious twist ending. He keeps following the group around, trying to be involved in the plot, but they don't want him there, so they keep sending him away. It's so obvious he's going to come back at the end and be the exact power they need, especially when they keep saying,
You don't have anyone to represent heart on your team.
Only the true of heart could find it.
Leon was a good friend. He knew that Malachite had a dark, brooding heart.
Your team doesn't want me because you think heart does nothing.
But to be fair, some of the excuses they make to get rid of him are pretty funny. It starts with him attempting to find Lindsay's contact lens that she didn't even lose, and yet he still finds it. Then the critic claims Mickey has erectile dysfunction and needs help with a goat porn addiction. Okay, I'll laugh. Shut up. And eventually, as Marty gets the hint, it is quite sad as he realises that he's not wanted.
I accept you.
The hell was that? Did he go for a thumbs up and then clap himself and then do the thumbs up anyway? And Doug kept that in? Also, what the fuck is up with the colour scheme in Doug's bedroom? Like this red and yellow. Who the hell painted this? I should also point out that when they first don their outfits, we get an introduction to every single character, and this sequence lasts 8 goddamn minutes. Angry Joe is Inigo Montoya, Spoonie is Gandalf, Linkara is a painfully unfunny King Arthur, Nostalgia Chick is Arwen with, admittedly, a funny joke.
What?
Read the damn subtitles.
Oh.
Benzai is Conan the Barbarian, Sage is Aslan from Narnia, making a rape joke on set, which had to be edited out.
There was this one take where I did where I was basically circling around Rob with the camera, just basically when I'm taunting her. And just for, I don't know, I was feeling, basically, I was doing what Doug did right here. What I did was basically just, and then all of a sudden I just screamed out, I will rape you!
I remember that.
I remember that.
But let's cancel Doug for his crude and horrible jokes. Phaelus is some giant, unfunny grey turd.
You look like a steroid elephant turd.
Oh, very good. Mars Girl is Princess Mononoke. Film Brain and Luke are both Harry Potter. Brad is Indiana Jones. Alison is Snow White. Mickey is Peter Pan. Paul is Jeremy Irons from Dungeons & Dragons. Todd is the Dread Pirates Roberts from The Princess Bride. Tom is Willow.
I'm Willow.
Joario is Jareth from The Labyrinth. Do you think we have enough characters yet? They also give up continuity almost instantly as Linkara can't be asked to keep drawing on his fake beard, so they say fuck it and point it out.
I ran out of Sharpie.
Oh, is Linkara funny in this one? No. He has a running joke where he just really wants to sing.
Allah was made a distant moon. We need a musical to stalk into the woods.
The Phantom of the Opera.
You're the one that I want. Marty.
And it's never fucking funny. How did he get successful?
I want a song. I didn't even get a story arc.
Yeah, there's a reason, mate. It's like Linkara pestered Doug for this and Doug just put it in to shut him up.
But when something really bad is going down.
Like what?
The trailer, okay? We're doing it for the trailer.
Can't wait for people to complain about how abusive this movie is, only to steal that exact joke from it. Lindsay Ellis is pretty good in it, even though you can clearly see her trying not to laugh at several points. But a lot of the time, she doesn't even look like she actually wants to be there. And as much as I hate to admit it, Alison Pregler is pretty good in this, and does get a laugh every now and then.
Alright, well, I'm gonna go back there being all enchanted and shit.
Her acting is actually pretty decent throughout, but the fight scenes are still as shit as ever.
Oh, sorry.
See guys, Doug can say it. Jeez, it's Alison's dream, everyone rushing over to give her attention. Probably a favourite scene of the whole movie. There are some jokes that are really forced and cringy, and there are so many forced movie references.
Well, excuse me, princess.
You belong in a museum.
You shall not pass!
I love the power glove. It's so bad.
And sometimes the sarcasm doesn't even work to get a laugh.
The cloaks.
Why do they call you that?
Well, obviously, because they like wearing go-go boots. What do you think?
As shown in the behind the scenes, to save time on daylight and the weather issues, they would film two sides of the conversation simultaneously, which isn't necessarily a bad idea when it comes to time saving, but it becomes very distracting when one camera is a lot higher resolution than the other, so the quality keeps changing between shots. And there are times when the voices of extras are so obviously Doug Walker's.
Yes, turn around now. Sorry.
Although they're clearly still on a budget, the special effects have at least significantly improved since the first film, and Doug pretty much only plays Link so that he can flash the world. Wow, Erod's wet dream.
Go no further. Buy me Applebee's or I shall leave the production.
There are still cameos from his other characters within jokes, but they are at least a bit more creative in this one.
Hello. Didn't hear you, Kenneth.
What are you doing here?
That's a very good question.
But it's hilarious just picturing yourself on a day out and seeing this take place on a children's playground. And I don't care, Doug's scream will never not be funny.
No, Frank, it's just a Rocky Horror reject.
Who the hell dresses like that in Rocky Horror? What's the joke? I will say, as many problems as this movie has, at least it feels more like a structured story. There's clearly a lot more time, effort and creativity gone into it. Look, they have a lore and mythos and everything. They're aware of what they are and aren't trying to be something they're not. If anything, it's other people who have criticised the film and have taken it far more seriously than they ever did. They even acknowledged their own plot holes, for crying out loud.
We had cars! Why were we walking the whole time?
Rob Walker plays the guy who's trying to get rid of the gauntlet, and he's actually quite an underrated actor. He does always deliver these performances, but how the hell does he miss every single shot? Although they say that his character's been missing for 30 years.
30 years, man!
But then why is there a news report? I mean, I know that it was on VHS, but I mean, it clearly wasn't made 30 years ago. Look at it. That's not a 30-year-old VHS tape news report. Why are they randomly doing a missing person case on someone who vanished 30 years ago as if it's recent?
Hey, there's a bookmark there. What's that page say?
How to be successful for dummies. Here, Alison, this must be for you.
You guys are awesome.
Well, 3 of you anyway. Oh, hey, it's Suede!
Who is that? Oh, that's that dude in the Suede. He used to do reviews for the site.
Was one of the only people from Change the Channel to actually treat me like a human being. Good guy, yeah. There's a scene where the gang invade a home owned by Eliza Hansen and tape her to the sofa, and I can't wait for this story to be spread that she was abused and hung upside down until she passed out, only for her to come out and say that it all wasn't true. Good times. Wait, what the hell was that edit? It's Fail is just holding Rob randomly for like 2 seconds. What was the point in that cut? Yeah, the whole battle scene was pretty much ripped off in my movie, but mine was much worse. I even ripped off James Rolfe cheering on the fight and everything. Although Doug's sword breaking clearly wasn't supposed to happen, but fair play manages to stay in character and just keeps going. And there's so many times when you can clearly see the swords are made out of foam. But that's the thing. It looks ridiculous, but the movie treats it completely straight, which is some of my favourite types of comedy. It's hilarious.
I need a gun.
Won't be the first time Alison takes something from one of her more successful friends. Then Malachite lives out Change the Channel's dreams.
Good. Bad. I'm the guy with the magic gun.
Just don't miss out your best mate's magical plunger or whatever it is for the next film. God, we'll never hear the end of that. And why do they all just take turns attacking Malachite one by one? Lindsay's mate shows up for an unfunny cameo because I guess you've got to include your friends. Before the predictable ending, but I will admit, Marty talking shit to Malachite is pretty funny. Except, Critic remembers what James Rolfe said in order to defeat Malachite. But Rolfe said it to the other team. He didn't say it to Doug's team. How the hell does Doug remember this? This is a huge plot hole. How did this get past the writing stages? Despite it being a predictable cliche, I do actually think it's a pretty sweet moment as Marty takes the guy down. And considering he would genuinely leave the company a year or so later, it makes this a pretty sweet and fitting conclusion for the guy. It is really sad when he dies. Bargo and Doug deliver these performances really well.
Oh.
Except for that. The acting here is actually a lot better than it should be.
I have been, and always shall be, your friend.
Just not your producer. Then Tom casually manages to launch his ashes into space like it's nothing. Suburban Nights, I can't lie, I enjoyed it. There are moments of really annoying comedy and some plot holes. Some scenes drag and outstay their welcome, but it's a vast improvement to its predecessor. This one at least feels somewhat like a story. You can tell they've actually tried here. It's just a shame the way things were heading behind the scenes from here on out.